T7.5. The number of undergraduates at Johns Hopkins University is approximately 2,000, while the number at Ohio State University is approximately 60,000. At both schools, a simple random sample of about 3% of the undergraduates is taken. Each sample is used to estimate the proportion P of all students at that university who own an iPod. Suppose that in fact P equals 0.80 at both schools. Which of the following is the best conclusion? All right, so let's first make a diagram of what's going on here. Okay, so we have Johns Hopkins University and Ohio State University. All right, so these large bubbles will represent the populations. So at Johns Hopkins, the population size is 2,000. Let's call that N1. And at Ohio State, call it N2 is 60,000. And we know the true proportion of students who own iPods is 80% at both schools. So that'll be P1 and this will be P2, but they're both 0.80. All right. And then we take samples from each of those populations. Okay. Now the sample size is 3%. So 3% of 2,000 is 60. So our sample size here is 60. And then 3% of 60,000 is 1,800. So N2 equals 1,800. All right. And that's about as much as we can model, right? Well, that's all we have is the population sizes, the true proportions or the parameters, and then the sample sizes. Okay. Now, earlier in a previous question, we had mentioned that random samples lead to unbiased estimates, but samples that come from large samples lead to estimates that are closer to the truth, meaning that there will be less variability. Okay, when you have a larger sample. Okay, so the Ohio State sample is much larger, so whatever estimate we get should be closer to the truth than whatever estimate we get from the smaller sample. That'll be farther from the truth, right? So we expect this sample to do a better job at estimating the true proportion 80%. All right, so let's find an answer choice that basically says that. Okay. Choice A, we expect that the estimate from Johns Hopkins will be closer to the truth. No. That one will be farther from the truth because it came from a smaller sample size. All right, choice B, we expect that the estimate from Johns Hopkins will be closer to the truth. No. C, we expect that the estimate from Ohio State will be closer to the truth than the estimate from Johns Hopkins because it comes from a larger population. No. It's not that the population was larger, it's the fact that the sample size, little n, that is larger. All right, D, we expect that the estimate from Ohio State will be closer to the truth than the estimate from Johns Hopkins because it is based on a larger sample size. Yes, that's the correct choice.